Good morning and happy Monday. It is a very rainy, cold Monday, and it is the perfect time to get cozy and get some work done. I am wearing my new sweater, which is basically just a hoodie. And yes, I'm wearing this into work. Pretty awesome. I'm really looking forward to this week. I have a ton of things that I want to get done outside of my regular job. I got my notes back from my best friend who edited my short stories, so I'm gonna fix those up, and I'm also gonna keep working on my regular book. It is Halloween week, which is super exciting, which means there's going to be a lot of scary movies, a lot of scary books, just a lot of fun things to keep us going and keep us super creative throughout the week. So I am running a little bit late. I need to leave now to get to work. So I'm gonna make myself a coffee and I'm gonna walk in the rain and I'm gonna take you guys with me this week. So wherever you are, I hope you're cozy. I hope you have a cup of coffee or tea. Hope you have a blanket, and let's get the week started. I'm really sorry if you can hear my vent rattling. I am currently in my office and it is lunchtime. And one thing that I don't know if it's super clear with my past videos, but one thing I really wanted to emphasize this video is I take a lunch hour every day. The very least, I take 45 minutes and I use that time to write. And it has really helped me to get my word counts in and to finish my manuscript. And I think that in the corporate world it's really hard to take a lunch, but it is a boundary that I set, and that is what I do. So I either go to a coffee shop, which I think I'm going to today because I am desperate for either another tea or coffee, but a hot drink. Or I used to go to the library, but I'm not sure what the rules are now with sitting in the library. Or I just stay in the office and I write. And it has been wonderful. It's something I look forward to, and it really is great for my mental health, but also obviously for the productivity of writing. I'm going to be submitting my short stories to a contest here in Canada, and I'm also submitting the first 150,000 words of my manuscript to another contest. I'm not sending them off with any grand dreams or anything. I just feel like I always need to clarify because I don't want to come off as delusional in any way, but I feel like you have to be delusional a little bit to be creative, so that is what I'm working on this weekend, and I'm very excited for it. And I thought that I would take you along and kind of document this process because it really truly is the first time that I'm sending any of my writing out in a professional manner in a very long time. I used to work as a journalist briefly, so I have been published before. Okay, so I'm gonna go get some coffee and or tea, and I will see you in about 30 seconds when I'm at the coffee shop. There's a line that Laurel corrected where I say that he's trying not to fall asleep like a child, and I wrote like a child that fought sleep, and Laurel wrote like a child who fought sleep. It's like, right, children are people. Good to know. And of course Laurel would catch that. Mm-hmm. Good morning, friends. Happy Tuesday. I am really sorry if you can hear my rad in the background. It is currently very gurgly. We have to air it out. We just haven't gotten to that yet. It is another cold, rainy day, and I've spent the morning reading War and Peace, and it has been wonderful. I am so close to being done. I guess this is the more accurate representation. I am on page 920, and this week I really want to get to over 1,000 pages, and if I do, I'm like clutching it. If I do, then I have just over 200 pages left, and then I will have completed this. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do when I'm done with it. It's going to be a giant hole in my life that has become such a part of my routine, so I'll probably just pick up another book and read that in the morning instead. Actually, I'm very behind on my Goodreads goal, and I have a sneaking suspicion that this has something to do with it, so I will probably be able to get through even more books when I'm finished it. But I am still loving it. I absolutely love Tolstoy's writing, I will say that he does really drag on a little bit. He tends to tell you something for about 40 pages and then spend the next 40 pages showing you. But I absolutely love his writing, and frankly, I just really love the way his mind works. I love that you can read this and really understand his philosophy and what he's trying to tell you. And frankly, with a book this long and with this many characters, it is really nice to kind of take it slowly. I cannot recommend this enough. And I will say that tonight, my best friend is coming over and we are going to start the BBC War and Peace miniseries. I watched it this year on my birthday and I absolutely loved it. And really it was the inspiration for me picking up this book. I thought I've always wanted to read it, and after I watched the BBC, I was like, this is the year. This is the year I'm gonna do it. And I'm almost done. And tonight we are going to watch it. I don't know if this is a controversial opinion, but I love Paul Dano as Pierre. I think it's fantastic, and I can't wait to show my best friend it. We are also going to have some Russian food. Laurel really wanted me to make Russian food. I am not Russian, I'm German, but my sister-in-law, who I've known since I was 12, I call her my sister-in-law, but she's basically my sister. She's been in our family for years and years and years. She is my family, and she's Russian, and she is the one that first showed me the deliciousness that is Russian food, and she is the one who made borscht for me for the first time, and I absolutely fell in love with Russian food. So I'm going to make some vegetarian borscht as my sister-in-law taught me how to make it. In other exciting news, I finished a book last night. I have been reading this for the past week. Ooh, it's upside down. It has been on my TBR for years and years, pretty much since it came out, and I don't know why I haven't picked it up yet, and I'm so glad that I did. This book was fantastic. It is everything that I love in a book. It is very slow burn. There's romance, there's magic, there's history. It really transports you to a new world. And the writing is fantastic. I don't think I've ever read a book written in the present tense. And admittedly, when I first started reading it, it was a little bit off-putting. But by the end, I realized last night that I wasn't even noticing it anymore, that I was just completely sucked into the story. It is fantastic. I will say that it is a little bit of a slow burn in terms of plot. You really do have to settle in, but that is my favorite kind of book. I want to settle in. I don't want a propulsive narrative. A lot of the time, I was gonna say ever, but sometimes I want a propulsive narrative, but I feel like I love a book that just lets you kind of take a deep breath and settle into the world, and this is definitely that. I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5 stars. I highly recommend this. And the exciting part is I get to pick another book to read now. Since it took me a little bit longer to get through The Night Circus, and since I'm still reading War and Peace in the morning, I feel like I'm gonna pick a smaller, shorter book to get through, just to kind of get through something and move on. It's Halloween week, so I wanted to pick something spooky, and I decided to go with Tinder. I have very little knowledge about the fairy tale that this is based off of, the Tinderbox. I think it's just called Tinderbox. But what I do know is that this is a fairy tale. It's got incredibly haunting images. The illustrations in this book are so crazy. They're so beautiful. And I know it follows a soldier who falls in love and kind of goes through a journey to save his love or to save himself. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure. So I'm really looking forward to diving into this. I really like to coordinate my bookmarks with my books. So for this one, decided to go with this. I got this from Curiosa in Toronto, and it's super fun. Look, she's got a kitty. I don't know if the wolves and the cats would get along, but there we go. And in case you're wondering, For War and Peace, I selected this Velvet Dream. It's got like a really nice finish to it. It's gorgeous color, and the tassel matches the cover color. I'm a little nerdy. Okay, it is now time for me to get to work, and so I am going to work for a few hours and then I'm going to write. A little mini writing update. I submitted my 2 short stories to the CBC writing competition, which again, I'll link the 2 things below. I'm not sure when this is going to come out, so it might be after the submission deadlines. For that, I'm really sorry, but keep an eye out because the CBC one runs every single year, and they also have a nonfiction short story. So if you are a writer, I highly encourage you to submit to that. So I submitted 2 last night, and I'm really, really proud of myself for doing that. I haven't written a short story in literally years, so it felt really good. So today on my lunch break, I am going to work on my other competition that I'm submitting to, which is submitting your full manuscript to a publishing house in Canada. I need to work on my pitch for that. I wrote it yesterday and I sent it off to have someone look at it. So I'm just gonna tweak it a little bit, and then I'll probably spend the rest of the lunch hour cleaning up the manuscript a little bit more and hopefully sending it off by the end of this week. I have a very busy work week, so it's going to be probably a lot of evenings working and early mornings, but that's what living a creative life is like. And I'm very grateful I get to do all of this. Okay, time to get to work. You like it? This is so good! What's in this? It's just beets, cabbage, dill, vinegar, bay leaf, salt, broth. Life changes. I just made it to page 1000. I can't believe it. When I look back, I'm like, I've read all of this. So awesome. Like 200 more pages to go. I think 217 is the official number. I just made myself the most fluffy coffee. I got these mugs at a flea market near my sister's house, and I'm obsessed with them. They're so pretty. And it's like my favorite thing to have coffee in the morning. It is Thursday, which I keep thinking it's Friday, and that is the worst feeling in the world, but it's fine. It's okay. Tomorrow is Friday, so it'll be okay. Today is Thursday, and just a little update on what's been going on this week. Yesterday, I officially finished the third section of my book, and I'm so happy about that. I've kind of broken up my story into 4 parts. There are certain key plot points that happen that kind of divvy up the book into 4-ish equal parts. And so I finished the third part, which means that I literally have like one more section to get through, and then I'm finished this draft. And that is so exciting because this is officially the last time that I'm going to work through this draft until a professional looks at it. So I guess I get to move on to the next book. That is still going to be a while now, though, so I'm trying not to get too excited about it. I'm not entirely sure how long the next section's going to take, but it'll probably take, I would say, like a month, just because I really want to take my time with it. So that really sets me up for this weekend, which is Halloween, and I'm going to try and get a little bit of writing in. So this weekend I'm probably going to get to reread my story, which again is like my favorite thing to do, so I'm really looking forward to that. Today is also really exciting because today is the day that I'm going to officially submit my manuscript to that competition that I've been talking about. So that's going to happen tonight, and I'm really looking forward to getting that off my plate and just off my mind and just getting it out there. A little bit of reading updates. I read my Tolstoy pages this morning, and surprise, surprise, I'm still loving it. I also started Tinder last night, and I'm only about 50 pages in. I didn't get that far. I was really tired, but it's so good. I felt like I was being told a bedtime story in the best way, although it's I guess it's pretty gruesome for a bedtime story, but it's so good. The writing is fantastic. The illustrations really bring it alive, and I really, really enjoyed it. Today is a very busy day in both my work life and my side creative life that I have going on, but it's also a very exciting day, and I can't wait to get into it. So I think I'm going to. I probably will vlog a little bit tonight of me submitting my manuscript, but I probably won't vlog tomorrow because tomorrow is actually the day that I wake up super, super early, like way too early, and edit my videos to get them out. I'm gonna keep drinking my coffee in my gorgeous mug, and I'm gonna get to work. Oh, hey, hi, hello. It is almost 8 o'clock and I'm exhausted, but I don't know if you can see me. I hope you can, but I finished work and now I'm just working on formatting my manuscript to submit it to this contest. And once I do, I will be done for the night. I don't want to sound like I'm being negative, but I really don't have any expectations when it comes to submitting my manuscript or trying to sell it or kind of anything, because I think I know how difficult it is to get published. And so I'm really just seeing this as like practice, as the first step to like putting myself out there, and I'm really excited by it, and I'm really excited to do this, but I feel the need to add that little disclaimer in because I don't want to come off as like 100% sure of myself. I don't know. That's really silly that I feel like I need to add a disclaimer in, but it is what it is. I am just really enjoying this process, and we are going to submit for as long as I feel like I can handle rejection, and then we are probably going to self-publish, and it's going to be great no matter what because I absolutely love this story. It's submitted, and I'm all alone, so I'm celebrating on my own. Well, now I'm going to try and forget about it. So scary putting yourself out there, but I'm glad I did it. Thank you so much for being here and being on this journey with me. We'll see. Until next time.